All right, hello and welcome back to the Circle Garden Tour. This is about 2 weeks after my last update and things are starting to progress. So I wanted to give you kind of a little update here. All right, so if I come down and get real close here, you can see these are little grape hyacinth starting to come up. And there's plenty of weeds in here, don't get me wrong. I am very well aware. And then over here, we have some paper whites, and then we have some Siberian iris. Behind the Siberian iris, there is some lilies, and behind that is some daffodils back there. Some more clumps of paper whites in the middle, more lilies sprinkled in. There is a very sad yellow rose back there too, unfortunately. I don't know if I'm ever really gonna bring that back well. Let's see, we have an interesting looking, it's coming up as a lily here. I'm curious to see what that actually is. It seems like a one of a kind. I don't recall planting it. And some more flowers there. Those are tall. I'm drawing a blank on the name right now. I will think of it. Then let's see, these, which I did not plant, but they get bright pink flowers, and it's also the only one of its kind in the yard. And then I've got a bunch of regular irises here with some paper whites in the middle, and these are yellow. Most of the irises in my yard are yellow, with the exception of a few that I have actually planted. Let's see, you can't see anything at the moment, but back in that area, there is a bunch of bee balm. It's just super small right now. All throughout here, you can see some, or you should be able to see some lily of the valley. And of course, I mean, I can normally spot it everywhere. And at this moment, when I'm trying, I'm not going to see any. But there is lily of the valley all in here as well. And I know that can be a pain and kind of invasive. But again, in my yard, it smells nice. It's pretty. So I don't mind it. There's plenty of other things that are much more invasive that I'd rather not have. For example, horsetail. So that is what this one is here. This is a horsetail that's coming up. And there's two versions of horsetail. There's a male and a female. And let's see, I'm sure I will find them, some more of them over here. So as you may recall from my previous video, there is a circle garden here and then sort of a half circle garden down here. And this was one of the reasons I wanted to do an update especially. Look at the daffodils starting to bloom. This is such a pretty area right now. And these are just starting to open. They will be even prettier probably within the next few days to a week. I will certainly post pictures. So if you look in the community posts, you'll see the pictures of these. Let's see, if I'm not casting a shadow, you can see the sedum right here, which grows all over the yard. It's kind of like a rock crop type succulent. That's great, comes back every year. I love it. And here's some more of the horsetail. So you've got the two versions, the male and the female. They are quite invasive. They come up all over the place. They have some herbal properties for sure. I have not really used them too much, but yeah, they're kind of a pain in my yard. This is one of the herbs that I just transplanted that I got. I actually divided it and transplanted it in a previous video, comfrey. That's what that is. And then here's the lily of the valley coming up that you can see. Lily of the valley right there. And that's also all in and throughout here, which is okay. And let's see, let's come down. So we have the circle at the top, sort of half circle at the bottom, and then this small little area down here, which also has some things going on. So meadowsweet, little bush here. I have a Japanese quince that I actually planted from seed, and in between the Japanese quince, I have some bee balm. And there's lots more. Oh, I can smell it as I'm touching it. Bee balm coming up here and all throughout there. I have Siberian iris, and then I have trillium. Trillium I did not plant. Trillium you don't usually plant. This is kind of like a wildflower, like a forest wildflower, if you're not familiar. And this is red trillium, so it does have red flowers in there. If I zoom in, you can kind of see the red flowers starting to bloom. My understanding of trillium is that it takes up to 8 years to bloom, and they are planted by ants. So, really fascinating little flower there. They're totally native, like I said, wildflower, kind of a forest wildflower. And then I have, my memory. Wow, the words, how they just escape me sometimes. Anyway, I planted this a couple of years ago. It's starting to bloom for the first time. Um, I also have some giant bushes of it over here, which are very, very pretty right now. And I kind of wanted to offset the two sides of this area where we kind of go into the garage there. I also have, actually, while I'm standing right here, I will show you. I also have these trees, and these trees are mulberry trees, and we have two of them, one there and one here. And they're going to be much more interesting when they start to get leaves and berries. But mulberries look like blackberries or black raspberries, and they're very edible. So those are kind of fun when those come in too. So that's right here at the foot of this area that is the circle garden, as I'm calling it. All right, so that's what's going on. We got yellow flowers all over the place. If you look at the past videos, which I will link to at the end of this video, you will definitely see a difference, especially sort of up here when you compare how this looks and when you look at this, and you can kind of see this has a swirl to it. It's like you can kind of walk in and swirl around and walk through there. So you'll definitely see a difference. There's definitely been some growth in 2 weeks, and it's coming along nicely. All right. Thank you. Have a great day.